Wayne, you obviously have core competencies as a certified accountant, but most of what we've talked about here are some of the softer skills of enhancing communication and strategy. How do you integrate those two things, and at what point do you do that, and do you have a plan and a product that is able to help families make that segue into strategic planning but also executing?
Actually, we do, Dave, and what we developed over time was because there was a gap. There was a gap between allowing entrepreneurs who quite often don't have a background in finance to understand where they are financially in a very simple way, to be able to know what the possibilities are for some of the things that they may want to do. So what we over time developed is a business health profile, rates of financial health of a business from 0 to 5. And there's 3 components to it. It's how strong is their business model in generating free cash flow, how stable is their business, so if there's a downturn in the economy or some unknown event, or even if it's just growth, how stable are we able to sustain the bumps in the road that will come with business, and they're always going to come. You just don't know when or what they're going to look like sometimes. And then liquidity. Liquidity, you have to have liquidity to be able to pay the bills as they come due, but again, integrated with cash flow and the stability, those 3 things are going to give us how healthy is that business. So our starting point will be, where is the business starting from? And if you're starting from anywhere from 0 to 2.5, it's going to be very difficult to execute your strategy other than increasing the health of your business. From 2.5 to 5, all of a sudden you can be opportunistic, or you can go look for those opportunities to achieve what you want to achieve in terms of growth or succession. So the business health profile is really a navigation tool that we use on the financial side, which boils down the score of a client's health of the business into something very simple and understandable. And the families that we have that use this tool find it extremely helpful, because they can just look at one number, or if they can break it down into the 3 components, it shows them how healthy they are, but also based on some of the things that they want to do in real time, we can make those changes of what they're planning to do to see what impact it would have on the health profile, or how solid the business is. So as much as we work on the soft skills, we do have the accounting background and the details and the analysis that boils it down into something simple that we know what the impact would be moving forward.
So you've married the bumps in the road of the business with the bumps in the road that inevitably happen to families, and you help put that roadmap together to get people working better for the long haul. Can I ask you, as a concluding thought, with the tools you're giving families, are you more optimistic than ever about the success of business families, the clients that you've interacted with?
You know, when you sit down with families today, and again, depending on what you're reading, who you're reading, there's a lot of negative press about the junior generation. And you know, I'm sure that when we were younger, our parents had the same thing to say about us. But you know, it is very interesting to see as the younger generation starts to take on the leadership role with the senior generation, or they take on the leadership role completely. Our family businesses are well set up for a long time.
And that includes with good support from Skrypnyk Group. So thanks very much for your insights, Wayne. I'd like to just conclude this session by saying that business families are a unique part of our Canadian business fabric. Companies like Skrypnyk are able to take the generational challenges and the unique opportunities and challenges that face entrepreneurial families and work towards long-term successful solutions. I hope you got something out of our presentation today, and look to the Skrypnyk Group for any further comments.